Get your pie holes ready. We're making another Supernatural video. Why would your pie hole need to be ready for that? What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. A lot of you are new here because of the last Supernatural reaction video that I made. There is another one coming. Supernatural Reactions Part 2 is in the works, but it's not quite ready yet. So in the meantime, I thought, because so many of you are new here from my Supernatural video, I would do the Supernatural tag so you could just get to know each other a little better as far as the Winchesters are concerned. Question 1. What season did you start watching Supernatural? I started at the beginning. I watched it on Netflix. I've never seen it on TV as it's actually happening. All the Supernatural I've seen has been from Netflix, so I started where you should start, at the beginning. Question 2. How did you hear about Supernatural? Being a giant fangirl who goes to a lot of conventions, I've made a lot of friends who are huge Supernatural fans, and I'm always seeing like such an insane, awesome fandom for Supernatural, and I just kept thinking, if people love this so much, like, it has to be amazing, right? I had been wanting to watch it for a long time. I think the thing that finally like pushed me to do it is that I started watching Alana King's Supernatural videos, and getting to know the fandom a little better made me way more interested in watching the show. So one day I just sat down and did it, and I've never looked back. Question 3. Who was the first character you fell in love with? Well, I went into it being fully in love with Jeffrey Dean Morgan to begin with. So, John Winchester, even though, you know, he's not really there a whole lot. Besides that, I was initially into Sam, and that has since changed. I am a Cass/Dean girl now. I don't have as much time for Sam as I used to. Things changed. The demon blood, it just... Sam ruins a lot of shit, man. Question 4. Which season do you like the most? Intro to Cass, is that season 4? I should double check this if I'm making a Supernatural video. Or maybe 4 and 5. Okay. I'm actually going to say seasons 4 and 5 because of the introduction to Castiel and that big old twist at the end of season 4 when we find out that Sam was just being used, all the stuff happening with Lucifer and the gate, and I don't know, I like those seasons. I think for the most part I favor the earlier seasons compared to the newer ones. I don't know why, I just do. Question 5. What is your favorite episode? This is the easiest one ever to answer. It is fan fiction. Fan fiction is my favorite episode. I watched it like 3 times in a row before I could even move on to the next episode. I loved it so much. I'm a big dork for musicals. Of course, I was obsessed with like the musical version of Supernatural. I love it was like all girls putting it on. I actually bought the soundtrack on iTunes. It's like $3. As soon as I found out you could do that, I bought it. They got my money. And you can find me driving to work singing A Single Man Tear on a very frequent basis. Question 6. Who is a character that you initially hated but then grew to love? This is another pretty easy one for me, actually. It's Meg. It's gotta be Meg. I hated her guts in the beginning. When we first met her, I didn't trust her. Well, you're not meant to trust her, but she was trouble and she pissed me off. She made me more frustrated than anything, and then the more we got to know her, she developed this relationship with Castiel. I loved her, and I was so sad to see her go. I would have been so happy to see more of that like weird tension between the awkward demon and the awkward angel. I loved their dynamic so much. I wound up really developing an affinity for Meg, which surprised the heck out of me. Question 7. Which character would you most like to punch? Metatron. Yeah, screw that guy. I feel like that doesn't even need an explanation. Question 8. Which season finale hit you the hardest? The end of the first season, easily. Did not see that big ass car crash coming. Here's an accurate depiction of what my body did when I saw that happen. Are you ready? What? No! Acting. That's literally how it went. I was like, I wasn't ready. I was not ready for that. That sucked. And then that led to a lot of even suckier things. So I'm all sad thinking about Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Question 9. I guess this one is more of a command. Say one bad thing about Supernatural. Y'all kill everybody. In particular, you killed Charlie. Charlie was far and away the most relatable character to me on Supernatural. I'm sure a lot of fangirls felt the same way. To see this beautiful geek girl be such a hero and, you know, have Wonder Woman on her wall and have like Hermione on her desk, and I just, you know, just loved her so much because I saw so much of myself in her. And so when she died, I was devastated, and I will never forgive you for that, Supernatural. I'm pissed. Question 10. Have you ever seen any of the stars live? I have! I had the extreme pleasure 2 years ago of meeting Jeffrey D. Morgan at the Horror Hound convention in Cincinnati. I did the photo op. I paid a ridiculous amount of money for the photo op, but it was worth every penny, let me tell you. At that point, I wasn't even watching Supernatural. I'm a huge fan of him from The Watchmen, and I'm an even bigger fan of Negan from The Walking Dead. But I shelled out the cash, I took the picture, I was absolutely terrified. I blinked in the first picture, and because I blinked, I got another hug and picture. So now that I am a Supernatural fan, it's even more cool and meaningful to me that I got to meet him, knowing the character of John Winchester. Might go ahead and drop the picture here too, although it is very embarrassing because I am terrified. And finally, question 11. How do you kill a shapeshifter? Oh yes, that would be with silver bullets or a silver knife. I love this thing too much. Alright, SPN fam, that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments down below some of your answers to these questions, or if you just want to talk about Supernatural in general, I am down. With that being said, I am off. Hit subscribe if you'd like to keep hanging out, and I will see you in another video. Bye!
A single man tear.
I'm trying to be emotional. There's cat hair blowing in the wind.